Hey guys, it's me Stephanie, or Steffi Bella. I'm here today to share some acquisitions, some finished objects, and some works in progress with you guys. Forgive me if I am blinking a lot. I was wearing my glasses and there was a horrible glare, so I have some contacts in, but they're not the best, so there's that. Right now I'm trying to keep warm because it is so dang cold out here, and this is the only place that I can record where it will show the best lighting. So you might see me sipping some of this tea that my Secret Santa got for me. It's actually the first time I've had a chance to drink it because I've forgotten all about it, but it's the Hickory Farms mango tea that my Secret Santa sent me. I believe my Secret Santa video was the last video that I recorded, and my Secret Santa was from Canada, so I think that is only a Canadian product. I'm not sure, but I've never seen Hickory Farms with tea. Anyways, you're not here for tea, you're here for yarn. So I am going to start with finished objects. So my son misplaced one of the very first beanies that I ever knit for him. So I went and got him, I thought this yarn would be really cool because it looks kind of camo, and it is Lion brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick in the color Jungle. And let's see, it's 80% acrylic and 20% wool, but he says it's really itchy, so he doesn't wear it. So now I have this beanie, just kind of hanging around, taking up space because he won't wear it. So, but he says it's itchy, so I got some more yarn that I'm going to show you in a little bit, and I'm going to make him a new one. And then I finally finished my Quicksilver shawl. Such a relief to bind it off, and I'm so glad that I wove in the ends as I was going, because I only had like 3 sections of ends to weave in at the end versus the whole 10 sections or however many there was. But it is definitely really big. I don't know if I'll be able to show him the whole frame, but I'm gonna try. But I purchased the yarn last year at Stitches West from the YOTH, which stands for Yarn on the House / Magpie Fibers booth, and they were together again this year, but I'll talk about that in my other video. But this is how much yarn I had left. So I definitely didn't use all of the skein. So there's a bee flying by my phone right now. Okay, it flew away. Started to freak out a little bit. But if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I wore it, the shawl, to Stitches West this year, and it was really comfortable. So I'm glad that I was able to finish it in time to wear it to festival. So hold on. Scoot back and see if I can't get it all. This is the best I can do, guys. So this is it. And I think when I last filmed, I was in this section here. So I did all this since Christmas. And it starts out here at this end, and then you work your way all the way here. So obviously the farther along you get in the pattern, the more stitches are on there, which is why it was taking me so long to finish, because I was just like, ugh, this takes a lot. I just want to be done already. But let me see if I can't put it on real quick. I'm still kind of figuring out how, because I wear it like kerchief style, so normally that means the biggest part would be hanging right here, but then there's all this, so kind of just wrapped it around like this. Kind of infinity scarf style, but I love it. I got a couple of compliments when we were at Stitches West. The Miss Babs booth had one knit up on display, but where I have the blue was like this burnt orange color. Really, all you have to do is just, I mean, you can switch out the one bright color for any color, and this shawl is just, it's amazing. It's definitely a great knit, but it is not quick, unless, you know, that's the first shawl that I've ever knit also, that ever finish. I have a couple that I've started and not finished, so maybe it's just because it's a shawl and because it seems to take forever, I just kind of put it to the side, because I'm an instant gratification kind of person. So once something starts taking too long, I start on something else, which is, I think, maybe common among knitters, and that's why we have so many works in progress. But I'm not too sure. So those are my two finished objects, and I have a lot of works in progress. Something new that I haven't shown yet. I think I took a picture and posted it on Instagram though. So if you follow me on Instagram, and if you follow my Ravelry projects page, I put a picture there. I'm trying to think if the only other project that I finished was baby blankets, but I think I already showed those, and if not, then they're on my Ravelry projects page, and they're also on Instagram, so forgive me if I never showed them to you, but there was one boy blanket and one girl blanket, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, try and go check those out. So first work in progress is something that I took out of hibernation. This is what I had my Quicksilver shawl in, this project bag that Lisa Yarnyenta 247 sent me. I love this bag. It's got, I've showed it before, but I'll show it again. This was one of my very first yarn store purchases, and it's the Cascade Silk Paint yarn. I don't have the ball band with me. I don't know what I did with it, but it's all jewel tones. So there's purple, blue, and pink. And I'm pretty sure I showed this a long time ago, but I saw this pattern at Stitches West last year on display at one of the booths, and I made sure to make a note of the pattern so that I could cast it on. And sorry, there's a fuzz in here. Anyways, this is the Reina, R-E-I-N-A, Reina shawl. I didn't bring the pattern out here with me, and I'm sorry if the cars that are driving by are super loud, but for some reason everybody likes to speed down my street, and most of the people here have loud cars apparently. So here it is. This is how far I am, and it's worked, so it's gonna go this way, and it's a triangular shawl. So I like it. I only knit a couple of rows yesterday because I wanted to pick it up again because it's been a while. But But so in the pattern is a garter section and mesh section, and they alternate. And as you go on, the garter section stays the same amount of rows, but the mesh section grows bigger. So like here was only 4, here is 8 rows. So hopefully I can get that done by Christmas-ish, and maybe I will give it as a gift. And then maybe you saw my little stitch marker here. I showed them in a video a while back, but it came with the pink, 2 teal, and 2 white skulls, so a total of 6. And so that's one work in progress. And another one is in the bag that Erin, Gimme Yarn 418, gave me for the very first Secret Santa swap that I was part of. She was my Secret Santa, so I got lucky in that aspect. This is a pair of socks, my very first pair. They are 2 at a time, toe up socks. I started with one pattern, and then kind of for the heel I kind of just made up my own kind of thing, just making sure that I keep the same stitch count. So we'll see how they turn out. It'll be interesting. But here is the yarn again. It is baby alpaca, I believe, but it's mostly blue, and then the little hairs that kind of like stick out are like a neon green. So it is it's a pretty cool looking yarn. So there's that. And all these projects that I'm showing you, I have on my Ravelry page. I try to make sure that I keep that up to date so that I can refer back to it. And I try to take as many notes as possible so that when I do use the pattern again, if I use the pattern again in the future, I will make, I'll see my notes. So I think I just finished the heel on these. And I think the last time I showed you, they were like to here. So I've made quite a bit of progress. And then here's the little heel. I tried to do like Eye of Partridge / whatever. Sorry, I'm squinting really bad. It's really bright out here. / whatever the heel was that was in the pattern. There we go. But so it's like a mishmash. So these are for my son. And quite honestly, if he doesn't like them, I can wear them because he's at the point right now where we wear the same size shoe, and he's only 7. Well, he's to be fair, he's going to be 8 in May, but still. He comes up to my shoulder, my shoulders in height, which isn't saying much because most of the population is taller than me unless they're a toddler, because I'm only 5 feet tall. So he comes up to my shoulder and we wear the same size shoe. So there's that. That was his pair of socks. I also have in this bag that Yarn Yenta Lisa sent me my pair of socks that I started with the... So I have 2 skeins of the Vicky Howell collection. I guess it's just called Rock. Soy silk fibers, fine wool, and hemp. So it's 40% soy silk, 30% fine wool, 30% hemp. And she sent these 2. Let me tell you the color. Hold on. in the color Matthew. I don't see, well, it says 50 grams. I don't know how many yards that is, and I don't know how to do meters to yards, so that's kind of frustrating when I'm looking at yarns, trying to figure out how much I need. I have to literally Google it. I hate having to Google everything, but that's what it's come down to. But anyways, so she sent me these 2 skeins for Mother's Day / my birthday, just because that's how Z is. She's just got the biggest heart ever. There's just not enough kind words to say about Z. She's just really, I'm very lucky to have come across her, and I will definitely be talking more about her when I do my Stitches West video. But anyways, on to socks. I think I am at the heel point in my socks. For me, these are my socks, and it's interesting to see how they are knitting up. So I don't know which side is going to be back and which side is going to be front. What do you guys think? So that's one side. Let me see if I can turn it around so you can see the other side. So they're almost identical, opposite. So do you think the gray should be the top part of my foot, or the purple and black stripe? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below before I start making my heel, whenever that is. But on a side note, this is the first time I'm using this yarn also, and I really like it because it's thicker than the yarn that I'm making my son's socks out of. And so I think for me it is more enjoyable to knit up, because the yarn that my son's socks are knit out of are it's just so thin, and it just makes me feel like I'm like this. So my knuckles start hurting after a while, if that makes any sense. Almost like I'm knitting with lace, feels like. I don't know how people do it. That's all I gotta say. I can't. It's just, it hurts. And then not last but not least, but the last work in progress that I have in this bag, another bag that Yarnyenta sent me, Yarnyenta 247, Miss Lisa. This is another bag I enjoy. This was supposed to be a Christmas gift for somebody, but kind of got put on the wayside, so it's still, I don't even think it's halfway. But I also showed this yarn before. It's the buttercream something, because there's a clearance sticker covering it. Soft knit solid. It's 196 yards, and it's 100% polyester, but it's like a tube. So it's not like normal yarn. Let me try and get it to focus on the yarn and not my face. I don't know if you could see that because I was just blocking it, but it's just a gray. But it's a clearance yarn. I don't know if they're making it anymore, but it is super soft and it's stretchy, and it's like a knit tube, like I said. So I thought that would make a perfect brioche scarf. So this is how much I have made, and it's going to be an infinity scarf. I have 2 of those balls, and I'm not even I think I'm about halfway, maybe not quite, through the first one. So I'll definitely have enough yarn to, like, see how stretchy it is to finish it. It's just a matter of finishing it. When am I gonna finish it? I don't know. But I think because it's just plain gray, this is also very not interesting to me right now. So, plus I also have another work in progress that's kind of like on a deadline because it's a baby blanket. But I will show that last. next work in progress I have is a blanket that I showed, I believe in my last, not my last video, because my last video was the Santa one. The one before that was a blanket for my sister, supposed to be done by Christmas, but of course that didn't happen. And I'm using the Caron Cake in the lilac frosting. And I'm on I got 3 balls. Not enough yarn. So I'm supplementing with a gray, which I believe I have in this bag also that I will show you. But here's what I have left of the 3rd Caron Cake. So I don't remember where I was the last time I showed it to you. Sorry for showing you the top of my head. But this is what I have of the gray, and it is the Big Twist value. I just had it in my stash and thought that it would go good, so I'm hoping this is enough for the last gray section, because I'm doing Caron Cake, gray section, Caron Cake, gray section, Caron Cake. And if that's not long enough, then I'll do another gray section. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This blanket is just so stressful to me. But anyways, sister, if you're watching, look away now and listen out for when I tell you to look back. Let me back up my chair. Sorry for the noise. This is what I have. And I don't know what you can see because I'm covering my face, but it is a pretty good size. I think that the last ball of Caron Cake might be enough, and it'll just be like a lap blanket. But let me show up close. I love the way that the Caron Cakes go from one color to another, but I almost feel like I love the colors that are in the ball, but the color change is just too abrupt. Like it doesn't flow in. One color doesn't flow into the next one, it just starts. And then I also noticed in my second Caron Cake that, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, let me stand up. So this is like a mauve kind of gray color, but if you see right here, it's miscolored. It's almost like a burnt orangey color. I mean, I don't know if that's showing true to color, but you can tell that it's not, these two are not the same color, but they're supposed to be. So that's the only problem I have with this blanket. But now that I've taken it out of the bag, I haven't taken it out to work on in a really long time. Now that I've taken it out and seen how far along I am, I need to finish this because I want to send it to my sister because I miss her so much, and I just want to send her, I want her to feel like it's a hug, you know. So there's that. And then the last work in progress, I need to hurry up because the last time I did a video, the last couple of videos, once I get to 30 minutes my phone turns off. So I'm at 24 right now. Hopefully I can make it before 30. If not, whatever. So I'm making a baby blanket for a co-worker of mine who is going to have a little girl. They're going to name her Jade. So I wanted to make sure that I used those kind of colors, and then I kind of just picked other colors that I thought would go, and I love the color purple, so I put it in there. So here is the, I dropped something. Oh, it's just a pen. Here it is. This is what I have so far. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. So this is the whole blanket. I am almost 2 repeats in. I have a couple more rows of this darker gray and then the purple, and then that'll be the 2 rows. But let me do an up close of the pattern. So I go from, I'll show you the yarn balls too, so you can see. So it's like a jade, and then the next color, next shade up, gray, next shade of gray up, and then this beautiful, oh my gosh, this purple is amazing. It's like when you look at it in the light, it changes colors. It's just, this is not a baby yarn, but for a baby blanket, this is working beautifully, and I would definitely be making a blanket out of this yarn again. Not only making it out of this yarn, but also I will definitely be making this pattern again. It is so simple, so quick, and it works up beautifully. I chose it because I am a big fan of chevron blankets for babies, I don't know, or just blankets in general, but because it's a girl, these little eyelets to me look like butterflies. So that's why I picked that one, because I love butterflies too. I got to put part of me in everything that I make. So let's see these colors. So these are all Big Twist yarns, the value. And for being a value yarn, they're actually soft. They're not scratchy like some Super Saver Red Hearts are. So we're going to start with, this is light teal. There's 371 yards in this, and it's 100% acrylic. So here's the light teal, Big Twist value. Okay, and then I transition into medium teal. And then I go to soft gray. And then the color I'm working on now, medium gray. Oh my God. This is so frustrating. I can't see what I'm doing. I can't see what you can see. So I apologize if none of this is getting in the picture. And then last but not least for the colors is Damson Purple. And I know this is not going to show, but if you get a chance to make it to Joann's, please check it out. The thing I love about this Big Twist value is they have, I want to say gradients of the colors. So for gray, there's the soft gray, medium gray, and then there's going to be a dark gray. For pink, there's a light pink, medium, and dark pink. So it's easy to do like an ombre type of mix into whatever you're making. And then it's just, I can't say enough good things about this yarn. It's delicious. It's perfect. And then I have my little snippers that Z sent me also in that box of, a huge box of yarn. And then I have this project in an acquisition that I bought around Valentine's Day at Joann's. They had these really cute Go Green tote bags with the flowers on it. So I have that in that. Okay, so we're at 29 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't turn off. I also acquired this bag. It says procrastinating to defer all other activities besides knitting. Which is, you know, perfect. And then the little hand, the strap looks like pink knit. I love these bags. Every time I go to Joann's, I always pick one up, and my husband cannot stand it because I have way too many. And then last but not least, for bags, I got this big guy, Knit Happens. And then the handle is the same as the other one. Oh, we're still recording. Okay, perfect. I gotta keep my eye on that. Hopefully it doesn't shut me off. So I originally picked that big bag up to take to Stitches West with me, but then I thought maybe it might be a little too flimsy, crinkly. I didn't want it to get messed up, so I just for Stitches I brought the tote bag that I got for free with my purchase last year from the Yoth Yarn on the House booth. They had a deal where if you buy 3 skeins you get a free tote. So that's the tote bag that I use, which is more of like a regular tote bag material. And I'm glad that I did, because there were people walking around with like rolly suitcases, and I'm like, last year I didn't see that. And I'm just like, there are some serious people that go to Stitches, like. But honestly, if I had the money, I would have been there with a rolly backpack too, so you know. Okay, so yarn acquisitions. This is the last thing that I have to share with you guys in this video. I'm going to make a separate video for Stitches, and it's not going to be as long. Maybe, I don't know. So anyways, a while back, I don't know if I showed this yarn or not, but I grabbed it anyways, just to grab it. I bought this Red Heart with Love Metallic. Because it was calling my name. We went to Walmart to get me some shoes for work because I needed new shoes. And of course I had to stop by and see what kind of yarn selection they had, because every Walmart's different. Some Walmarts have 2 aisles, some Walmarts only have 1 little tiny section. This Walmart only had a little tiny section, and this yarn was just saying, buy me, buy me. So it is the Red Heart with Love Metallic, and it is in the color teal. It is 98% acrylic, 2% metallic, and it is, where's the yards? 200 yards. I don't know what I'm gonna make with this, but I bought it because I'm into teals and greens and purples, like a mermaid. Isn't that gorgeous? Like the middle part is like it's a greenish, but it's also rainbowy. And I love the Red Heart with Love brand because the yarn is perfect width and it is squishy. Perfect. Okay, so there's that. And then I got Vanna's Choice in the color Charcoal Gray. 100% acrylic, and it is 170 yards. This is my go-to for beanies. This is the first width, so it is my go-to for beanies. And so this is the one I'm gonna make my son's beanie out of, since he didn't like the one that had the wool in it. So I need to find a pattern for that, or I'll just make him a basic one. And then also I got some yarn for my husband to make him a beanie, because the last beanie that I knit him, we had gone over to his sister's house, and his sister has some dogs, and they were in the garage, and he took his beanie off and it somehow ended up on the floor, and one of the dogs peed on it. So instead of going through the trouble of washing it, we just threw it out. So it's been a while. He has one beanie that I crocheted for him a long time ago, like when I first started crocheting, and that thing is like, it's held together really well, but it's falling apart. So it's time for him to be able to switch it up. So I got the Heartland, Lion Brand Heartland in the color Lake Clark. 251 yards. I've only ever knit with this one other time. Here it is. The Lion Brand Heartland yarn. I've only ever knit with it one other time, and it was for my first year of Secret Santa with TGIF Ravelry group. I used a green color because my recipient liked the color green, and I just love how the Heartland has subtle color differences. So there's like the main color obviously is blue, But if you look closely, you can see like there's darker blue and there's lighter blue, but it's like splotched in there where you can barely tell. So I got this one for my husband because he's a fan of the color blue, and most blues that are royal blue borderline purple, and I couldn't find like a navy color because sometimes they borderline black, and they just were not appealing to me. So I got this one. And then when I bought the Wool-Ease Thick and Quick for my son, they were 2 for $5 or something like that. So I got another one in the color Gemstone. And again, this is 92 yards, and it is 79% acrylic, 20% wool, and 1% other fiber. Don't know what that means. But yeah, the color is Gemstone. So it's like a tan mauve color, and then it's got like a silver sparkly in it. So I don't know what I'm gonna make with this. I don't know. And then I got, because this was calling my name, I don't know what I'm gonna make with it also. It is Red Heart Soft, 204 yards, in the color Watercolors. So there's green, teal, and purple. I think I might make something for my grandma with this because she is a fan of purple and green. I don't know what I'm gonna make her though, because she's always hot, so she won't wear a beanie, and I doubt she'd wear a scarf. So I might just have to go back and buy a crap load of these and make her a lap blanket so that when she's sitting in her recliner reading, she can cover up in a blanket. And then I remember seeing, when the Caron Cakes first came out, I remember seeing the Premier Yarns Sweet Roll, and I was like, oh, where can I get those? And the only store that carried them at the time was AC Moore, or you could go to the Premier Yarns website. And I've never purchased yarn online. I like to be able to see it in person and touch it. But a couple of weeks ago, I saw a display at my Joann's, and I was like, okay, I'm grabbing them. But literally every single colorway that they come in, I want, and I can't afford that. So I just grabbed the most basic one, and I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I'm probably gonna make like a kerchief, something simple, a scarf, something. So these are 100% acrylic. It's the Sweet Roll, 245 yards, and this is the color Silver Swirl. So originally I had gotten just this one, and then I thought, oh, it might not be enough for anything, so I went and got another one. So it'll be interesting to see how those work up. And then last but not least, for yarn acquisitions, within the past 2+ months, I went and grabbed a Lily's Sugar and Cream Twists, and because I think they were on sale. And in my mind, I'm always thinking, well, if I don't have something specific that I want to work on, I can always just make a washcloth, because those are simple. And this is the color 22525, or Squishy Twists. But again, I don't know if you can see a theme here. There is a lime green, a white, a dark purple, and a teal twisted together. These are obviously colors I gravitate towards. I'm gonna see how it works up, and I might send a washcloth out to my sister or something. So that's it for finished objects, works in progress, and acquisitions. I think that's all I talked about. And tea. But anyways, I'm going to make another video right now for the Stitches West before I forget, so keep an eye out for that video as well, and hopefully it won't be 40 minutes long. Anyways, I just want to say thank you to my subscribers for coming back and seeing what I'm up to, sticking around, liking all my posts on Instagram, keeping up with me on Ravelry. You know, I've been kind of MIA because I've also been starting the end of last year, around Thanksgiving time, trying to get into fitness and eating better and healthier. So that's another thing that I've been doing on the side. I don't know if you want to hear about that or not, but basically I've just been trying to go for a jog/walk at least once a week, and I do it while my son's in school, and then at home I'll do simple things like squats and things like that, because I'm not trying to be like super in shape, but I definitely want to feel better about myself. I don't feel horrible, but I know that I could feel better, and I just feel like that would just bring me up, because there's a lot of things that have been happening in my personal life that, you know, I'm up here and then it's, you know, something happens to bring me back down, you know. So, and I try to stay as positive as I can. I try to be a really positive person, but, you know, so a person can only take so much, you know, before they break, you know, and they just have to fall apart. So anyways, that's something that makes me happy. Running and, you know, going for a walk, listening to music really loud, you know, it just clears my mind and it just takes me back. You know, it's like taking a deep breath, my meditation. So that's something that I'm into. So I also have a fitness Instagram page. If you're interested in keeping up with my journey or what I post, let me know in the comments, and I'll let you know what my Instagram handle is so that you can follow me there too. I usually just post like what I ate or things that I snack on to, you know, that are better for me, that keep me full longer so that I'm not stuck snacking, because that's my biggest problem, snacking all day. So anyways, let me know if you want to know the info on that so that you can follow me there as well. Kind of go along with my personal journey, and, you know, as well as here where I share, you know, my love of knitting and crocheting. But anyways, I want to thank you for being here. If you're still watching, thank you for sticking around with me for as long as you have. It's been a while, so of course the video is going to be long, and I thank the Lord that it didn't cut me off. So hopefully this video will be up by the end of today, and you guys can check it out. Be sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'm gonna try and keep up with these videos. Sometimes I feel like I don't have anything to share, so I don't make a video. So make sure you're following me on Instagram. I post more there, obviously, because it's more, it's faster. So just make sure you're following me on there, keeping up with what I'm doing, and then, you know, subscribe here so that you know when I post another video. But it's great to be back on here. I look forward to sharing many, many projects with you this year. And again, don't forget to comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.